Craniosynostosis is a condition where a baby's skull grows too slowly to keep up with the brain and poses serious health risks if not treated. Current treatment techniques are highly invasive and require open wounds, leading to dangerous infections in 1 in 3 patients. CranioMag Distraction Systems offers a groundbreaking solution with its magnetically controlled design, meaning it can be completely embedded underneath the skin. This minimally invasive alternative to traditional treatments significantly reduces infection risks and complications, offering a safer, cost-effective option. Our system not only improves treatment outcomes, but also enhances the quality of life for both patients and caregivers. Trust CranioMag Distraction Systems to revolutionize craniosynostosis treatment, providing safer, more efficient care for our youngest patients.
Everybody, how y'all doing? Hey, thank you. So my name is Kyle Zappi. I am a 4th-year medical student at Cornell going into neurosurgery. And me, along with 2 other Cornell neurosurgeons and Miles, say hi, Miles. Nice. Have founded CranioMag. But you don't really hear about that. But I bet I know what you do care about. Children in pain. Who cares about children in pain? Okay. Okay, 20%, that's pretty good. All right, this room needs to be on a watch list. That's great. But for the rest of you, let's see if I can convince you that children in pain is a bad thing. But in my medical training, I've encountered a lot of children in pain. And one of the sources of this pain has been craniosynostosis. So what is craniosynostosis? So in short, it's a disease where the skull grows too slowly for the brain. So as the brain grows, it gets crushed within the skull, leading to pretty dire consequences. It's not too uncommon and occurs in about 1 in every 2,000 infants, which is about 50 births per day, about as common as epilepsy or Down syndrome. And luckily, on the market right now, there is a solution. Surgeons can go in and implant these little devices that we call distractors that are much like braces for your teeth. And they expand the size of the skull by adding some pressure and allow the skull to keep up with the rate of the brain. Okay, cool. So if there's a solution, why am I here? So that's the solution. So unfortunately, the current solution requires these rods that protrude through the child's skull and through an open wound that is really close to their brain. And this has to be in there the entire time the device is implanted, which can be up to 2 years. So you might be thinking, open wounds next to the brain for 2 years, that sounds pretty dangerous. And I would explain the 30% complication rate. You don't see 30% complication rates in modern medicine these days. And we're talking the United States. In lower and middle income countries, we're not talking a big scary 30. We're talking a big scary 70% complication rates. And that doesn't just mean that every complication is bad for the patient. No, every time a complication happens, the payers, the hospitals, the insurance companies have to pay a multi-100,000 ICU bill every time this happens. These patients deserve better. So at CranioMag, we made a new solution, one that does not use driving rods and instead uses a magnetic system, meaning it can be implanted completely underneath the skin. That means no open wounds, way less risk of infections, and since it's slightly larger than a USB drive, it is way more comfortable for patients, and especially for children in this very, very important developmental phase. So obviously, the surgeons would love to provide a solution that is safer for patients. And now the patients don't have to decide between a life-saving procedure and a potentially life-threatening infection. And the payers will very much enjoy that they don't have to anticipate a multi-$100,000 ICU stay. So as with any other surgical device company, we have a 2-pronged revenue model. One where we have direct device sales, where we go straight to the surgeons, and surgical consultation, where we have a representative who waits in the OR and advises the surgeon as our devices used the entire time. So how do we compare to the competition? So right now on the market, there's 2 other solutions to craniosynostosis, and we have advantages over this in many ways. Ours is minimally invasive. It can be implanted in patients at any age. It is way more comfortable. I mean, it's like that big. And the treatment costs are way lower because we don't have to anticipate a 30% complication rate. And with a TAM of almost $300 million, we have a lot of ground we can cover. And we qualify as a humanitarian use device, which means we get to have certain priorities in certain stages of the regulatory process, meaning that not only is our initial regulatory investment lower, but also our timeline is lower to get in the hands of patients. And with our team of neurosurgeons and biomedical engineers, we're ready to take this to market. So I have one more thing to say. We actually yesterday got a brand new award for $400,000 for medical innovation. Thank you. I am pumped about that. And yeah, so we're kind of riding on a cloud right now. So, but reach out to us. We are ready to get this in the hands of patients. So how can you help? If you can get us in contact with neurosurgeons, plastic surgeons, orthopedic surgeons, biomedical engineers, insurance people, like any of these people can give us a huge hand in getting us in the hands of patients as quickly as possible. Thank you.